Ooh, that feels great. Ooh, taking off my scarf. Oh gosh. Hey, what's up? I gotta get a new screen protector because I look foggy. How are you? Happy Wednesday. I want to hear some good news. What's some good news? Taking down the Christmas tree day 5. Do you know what? I see you got jokes. I see you got jokes. I'm a pro, okay? I got that down in one day. Thank you very much. I'm so tired. I just left the sauna. What's up, y'all? What's up? Happy Wednesday. I want to hear some good news. Can somebody share some good news with me? I love to hear it. What's up, Mike? I should go to the store and get a new screen protector because my phone looks so foggy. Share some good news, y'all. What's some good news? I want to hear it. I love hearing good news. Tell me something great, something amazing, something nice that happened today. Happy Wednesday, you guys. I feel so good. I just left the sauna. I had a great day today. Nothing crazy happened. It just was a smooth day, you know? Like, it was one of those days. I went for a walk while I was at work. When I go on break at work, I like to go for a walk, like a 10-minute walk. Who's blowing? Uh-oh. Y'all, I'm nosy. I can't help it. We woke up, we winning. Okay, we woke up, we winning. I'm ahead of the game, Tristan. That's how my game is. I'm ahead of the game. Mm, 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 mm. What y'all do today? I want to show y'all. I think I showed y'all already my living room because I finished decorating and putting my plants up. The first one, hi there. Hi. How are you? I hope you're having a blessed Wednesday. I want to spell and be congratulations. That's huge, okay? Right. Downloaded a dating app, okay? What's up, Scotty? Hi, Terry. But yeah, my day has been really smooth, y'all. Okay, I think I had asked y'all this already, but I'm gonna ask anyway. So I don't know if any of y'all have done the bike tour. So it's basically like it looks like a bus, right? And thank you for liking the live. And so it looks like a bus, but there's like seats on both sides of the bus where you're pedaling. Like there's pedals. It's like a, I don't know like the actual term for it. It's like a mobile bar. And so everybody has to pedal to get around the city. So I've done that before for my friend's bachelorette party a couple of years ago. And we were in Arizona and it was hot as hell, y'all. Imagine a bunch of drunk ass people pedaling a damn bike. Now it is slightly motorized, but pedaling is not an option. Like it's not optional. Multiple cycle. Is that what it's called? Thank you so much. Um, so I'm glad you're here again because I really want to see what y'all have to say about this. So my friend wanted to do it for her birthday coming up. Now it's hot as hell in Dallas. Okay, it's about to be hot, and I told her I don't think it's a good idea about a bunch of drunk ass women pedaling around the city, and then you want to make these other plans like book reservations and all this other stuff afterwards. I don't think it's a good idea because I already did it before. I did it twice, and both times was hell. It was not fun to me. And Marion, it's dark. How's it like? I don't know. I mean, it's 7:30 here, 7:38, and y'all exactly. And I don't know if she thinks that I'm over exaggerating when I say that it's a bad idea. I don't think she realizes how much work it is. I really think that she believes that we're just gonna be riding around the city on this bike. And this isn't to be funny, but I work out, right? All of her other friends are, how do I put this politely? They don't work out. I'll put it that way. So if we struggle with my other group of friends who are avid, like very active people, if we were struggling, it's about to be a shit show with this other group of people. That's all I'm going to say. And so I told her, I said, hey, I won't be participating. No, thanks. I've done it before. It wasn't fun. I did it twice, actually. Hey, you get what I'm saying, Mick Swagger? You get what I'm saying? And I was trying to figure out a nice way to put it because I'm like, there's no nice way of saying this. So they going to get tired. They're not going to want to pedal. And now I'm pedaling my ass off with a freaking tequila in my hand. I don't want to do that. So I said, you know what? No thanks. But if there's any other activities y'all are going to do, they said they want to do Foodie Land. I don't know if other cities do Foodie Land, but it's basically just like a little, think of like a convention for food. That's all it is. You try samples, you try different foods, different cultural foods, all that stuff. So I said, cool, I'll do that. But as far as riding around the city on a bike with a bunch of drunk women, no, thank you. So, mind you, I'm saying this in the group chat, and so another woman said, oh, I've never done it, but that doesn't sound fun. So my friend got upset at me because other people were saying they don't want to participate because of what I said. I didn't say y'all shouldn't do it. I just told you my experience, and I did this twice already. So I already know how the game is about to go. Like, this isn't going to be fun. And so she texted me and she's like, thanks a lot. Like, I'm trying to sell tickets to this bike thing and you ruined it. Nobody wants to do it anymore. And I'm like, my bad. Like, that wasn't my intention. I was being realistic with you. You're about to be exhausted. You're going to be tired. So she got mad at me and she doesn't want me to go anymore. So I don't know. Should I have kept that to myself? Should I have just not shown up? Like just kept it to myself and not show up. They do like blaming me. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to lie to you. I don't want to say like, oh, that sounds fun. No, it sounds horrible. Actually, it sounds like a terrible idea. And normally, when she has plans, she'll run it by us first to see what we say, to see if we want to participate. So I just find it really strange that you decide to do this active ass activity that involves alcohol with people who don't work out, and you didn't think to ask anybody, if it was a good idea. Now, none of them, out of the entire group, I'm the only one that has done it before. So they think, I really believe that they think that it's just sit down and ride around the city. And I kept trying to tell them, like, y'all, I've done this twice. It's not what you think it is. Is the experience decent? It depends. Um, it's partially motorized, but you still have to participate. And jealous and blame me for this. She drunk and jealous. I don't know if she's jealous. I think she's genuinely mad because she decided that that was a good idea, and half the people don't want to go, and she booked this bike, and she has to sell these tickets. She's paying full price for the entire thing, but all the seats aren't booked. I just don't see how they think that it's a good idea to be drunk on a bike with a bunch of people who don't ride bikes, who don't do any form of physical activity. Like, how do y'all think? We did it when I did it with my other friends. It was in the middle of Phoenix, Arizona. It was over 90 degrees. We were struggling, mainly because of the heat. It is weird. Foodie Land, I can get jiggy with. I can get jiggy with Foodie Land because we're just walking around, trying different foods, watching people cook. I think that's fun. I've never done it before. It's a huge thing here. And so I'm down for that. We could just walk off. First off, don't invite people to stuff, and then expect them to pay. And I think that's another thing too. So I didn't understand why she booked this thing without asking us. Because normally, if it's something where you have to book it, like, I can understand if it's stuff where you have to pay, you don't want to pay $50 a person or $60 a person. Okay, cool. But run it by your group of friends first. Hey, I really want to do this. It costs $50 a person. Are y'all down? Cool. But where she messed up at was booking it and then telling us, and now people don't want to go. I don't want to take the blame for that. Um, yeah, I don't know why she didn't tell us, especially when you already booked it. Right, yeah. Right, exactly. Having to understand about the money. Yeah, she didn't ask. She didn't ask at all. Terry, she didn't ask. She didn't ask at all. Like, so I don't know what to say. I don't know who told her that was a good idea to book that. No, I do know who. It's one girl in the group that said, "Oh yeah, this sounds really really fun," and she told her to book it. But meanwhile, she telling you to book it. She's not losing out on any money. You spent your money on it. Why would she tell you to do that? Right, right. And since you're my friend, I'm like, well, damn, like, I do want to show up for you. But I straight up have to decline that because I would be lying to myself if I said that that would be a good idea. I think it's a horrible idea. And then let me tell y'all something. I already don't really want to go because one of her friends, she is a lot. Like, have y'all ever been around somebody that trauma dumps? Especially to strangers, like you just met them and they want to tell you their entire life story and it's really uncomfortable. She's one of those. And so it was worse when she was drunk. I was ready to go. Well, I'm gonna go to Foodie Land because Foodie Land is like a really big thing. So it's gonna be a bunch of people. So if I want to veer off and do my own thing, I can. So I feel comfortable. I honestly do feel comfortable with doing that. But all the other stuff, I'm not participating. So yeah. If we weren't doing that, I promise you I wouldn't go. Terry, I wouldn't go. But so she Yeah. So one of my friends get drunk and start crying. Oh my God. She, some people who, and I'm all for people being themselves, but people who have zero self-awareness, like at all. So we're out, right? And so she's talking about all these sexual favors that she's done for somebody, like to somebody, like this guy she was talking to. And, people talk, okay? When you feel comfortable with your friends or whoever you're with, you talk, okay? I get it. We're in the middle of like a bunch of people, and she's screaming, like screaming. Yeah, because I did blah, blah, blah with this guy. It was so fun. And like, he asked me to do it again. And it was so much fun. And yeah, I'm 32 and he's like 19, 20. I forgot how old he is, but he's like really young, and these young dudes love me, and I'm like, "Oh my God." So, I'm not, first of all, I'm just sitting there waiting on her to be done, cuz this is strange for me. She was telling people that. You can't tell nothing. So, I'm sitting there so awkward. Cause she's just going on and on about how young dudes love her, and yeah, he's 19 and I'm 32, and yeah, young boys love me, blah blah blah. And so I'm like, oh, okay, good for you, great, okay, wonderful. She's just going on and on and on, and where I drew the line at, honestly, is we were walking behind this girl at this concert. Mick Swagger, I think you were on the live when I was at the concert because I was so over it. I left. We were standing behind this girl. She was like a heavier set girl. She had this really cute outfit on, and she's like, yeah, my mom always talks about my weight, and she acts like I look like that. I don't look like that. Ew, look at her. She looks gross. And I'm like, damn, this girl is a complete stranger. She's catching strays for existing. She's not bothering anybody. She wants to enjoy the concert. She's not doing anything. And you're talking crap about this girl. Like, this is a lot. This is strange. And by the way, the girl was with her boyfriend or whoever he was, her partner. And I'm thinking to myself, like, man, you are a whole liability. Because if they decided to tear our asses up right now because they heard you talking crap about them, we're done. We are done. I can't fight in heels. You are a liability. When I tell you, I swear to you, Mick Swagger, I swear to you, I did. Not even joking. I felt so uncomfortable. I didn't even stay for the whole concert. I stayed in the hallway. I got me a little drink at the bar, and I was on live talking to my folks. I'm 5'6". I'm on live showing everybody my outfit, and my friends texting me asking me, "Where are you?" And I said, "Oh, I'm out in the hallway. It was hot in there," which it was hot in the damn venue where the concert was, which is true. But that's not the reason why I walked outside. I walked outside because I was uncomfortable. But yeah, so I was on live. I was on YouTube live the whole time. And I had a good time talking on live. Like, I had a great time. I got me a drink. I was showing everybody my outfit. We talked about a lot of stuff. But yeah, she made me really uncomfortable. I just feel like people like that are definitely a liability. And I have this thing where, sometimes people think stuff like that is cute. They think, haha, laughing at other people. But that's a thing for me where it makes me not want to be friends with somebody or date anybody real quick. Like, if you're that comfortable with making fun of somebody, especially in public, it's one thing to be like, oh, I don't like this person. This person rubbed me the wrong way, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Right? But, like, to blatantly attack somebody for their looks who've done nothing to you, like, nothing to you. You don't know this person. They've never done anything to you. And to, like, make fun of them is very strange for me. It's very elementary to me. And I don't want to associate myself with somebody like that. Because, number one, you're a liability. And it's just not, you're strange to me. dumb ass of a person. Okay, let me tell you, I separated myself so fast. It's not even worth it. Like, it's stupid. I strongly believe that you are the company that you keep. People try to separate themselves like, oh, my friend does X, Y, and Z, but I don't do it. But if they have a horrible life or if they do really risque things, I can guarantee you if they have the opportunity to bring you down with them, they will. They have nothing to lose. People like that have nothing to lose. I don't have anybody in my circle who does risque things around me. And if they do, I absolutely don't know anything about it. I was made fun of one time when I was at a casino. I love Adam Sandler. I feel like that's a compliment. But she was being shady when she said that. Yeah, I completely understand Mike D. She's a freaking hater for saying that. She is a freaking hater for saying that. She was trying to be funny. And I don't like that. I don't like when people do that. I just feel like it's strange. How old are we? 12? Like, this is crazy. Misery Loves Company, yes. Yes. Like, I wholeheartedly believe in that. That's why, when people live a certain lifestyle and people say, oh, you shouldn't judge, I judge. I judge. I'm not ashamed to say that I judge. You will be a complete fool and an idiot to not judge. We judge things every single day. I don't feel guilty about judging. You should judge the people that you hang out with. And it's not judging to like make fun of them. No, you should be a good judge of character. You should be a judge of whether being in a situation is a good idea or not. I judge all the time. You should. Bad judgments get people in horrible situations. So yes, you should be judgmental as hell. There's a difference between judging to be funny, shady, mean, nasty, versus being a judge of character, a judge of a situation. Exactly. That's all it is. People say, oh, I'm judging. I am judging. Okay. Then when this girl offered me, I never met this girl a day in my life, offered me drugs. And I was like, I don't even know this girl, number one. Number two, I don't do drugs. Number three, like, you do this to everybody? Like, you just freely just, and then just who she was. And then she tried to apologize because I think she realized she was just oversharing and just being loud and obnoxious and strange. She's like, oh, I'm just going through a lot. And I'm like, I've been through a lot before, okay? If I'm going through a lot, I'm crying. I barely even want to go out when I'm going through a lot. The worst you'll get out of me if I'm going through a lot is I'm crying. Girl, you just offered me drugs. You're going through a lot more than what you say you are. Like, no, thank you, girl. I feel like the only time anybody will ever catch me even considering doing drugs is, God forbid, if something happened to somebody really, really close to me. But other than that, if I'm just having a couple bad days or I lost a job, whatever, you know, who cares? Not do no damn drugs. And I've experienced the lowest of the low. But yeah, misery definitely loves company. But moral of the story is, I really don't want to go this weekend. But if I had to choose like between weed and any other thing, I would say weed is probably like the least worst of anything. Like if somebody offered me that, I feel like that's like a normal thing that people offer, right? Like who cares? I mean, anything happens, don't do drugs. Drink a Pepsi. No, seriously. Y'all, my hair looks so wild. I just left the sauna and I feel so good and relaxed. But yeah, misery definitely loves company. I just left the sauna. When I'm stressed out or whatever, I go to the sauna, I go for a walk, take a nap. I'll do anything. I'll exhaust all my options before I go that low. That's honestly, if I be completely transparent with y'all, that's a part of the reason why the idea of having kids kind of scares me. Because, yeah, don't let nobody pressure you. Absolutely not. Like, they can't pressure me at all because, like, no. And then people, like, just like, first of all, people have ulterior motives all the time. So, who's to say you're not lacing whatever you're trying to give me? You know? Who's to say you're not trying to lace what you're trying to give me? No, thank you. But yeah, you have to be very careful. Um, so with that being said, I'm definitely being very careful. Like another one of her friends got so drunk that she was trying to fight some girl. She got jumped at the bar. And me being me, first of all, I don't know you. Second of all, I won't be helping. I won't be participating. You got jumped. It's not going to be a we. You got jumped. I didn't come out here for this. But anyway, it was completely avoidable. She got drunk. She started talking crazy to this group of girls. She, got beat up or whatever. Who got time for that? Like, I don't have time for that. I'm not participating. By the time you get up off the floor, collecting yourself, I'm gone. Like, I'm not participating. No, thank you. And I believe that she's gonna be there at this thing. So that's why I said I would rather go to the foodie land thing because at least that there's gonna be a bunch of people there. And whenever I feel uncomfortable, I can just leave. Like I can walk off, do my own thing. It's a huge thing. I do have a friend that's going with me that I really trust, and so we're just gonna do our own thing. The moment that somebody says anything crazy or whatever, like I'm going the other way. Where's V? I don't know. I'll be like, where's V at? I don't know. They're gonna know. They're not gonna know where I'm at. So yeah, yeah. I don't know, y'all. Yeah, like I'm not a smoker, but like if other people do it, it's like okay, cool, whatever. I don't really. Well, you talking about hard drugs? People doing people like I can't wrap my mind around the fact that people are literally doing fentanyl. I was just talking to one of my friends about this the other day, and maybe it's my level of ignorance because I grew up very very sheltered, and this is by no way means of being like I'm better than anybody in that aspect. But what always confuses me is like how do you end up like how is that even a conversation? Like is it like a gradual thing for most people where they start off with weed and then they like feel like oh that's not a good enough high for me, so then they try something else and then they try something else. Like how does that work? Now I know some people it's like they'll have surgery and then they get addicted to their pain meds and then they switch to like street drugs. But how do you end up just doing like, how do you jump all the way to fentanyl? Like, I can't wrap my mind around that. Yeah, gummies, yeah. Overuse. You mean like overuse of drugs? Is that what you mean? I just cannot wrap my mind around that. And then, y'all know I'm such a geek. I love learning. And so sometimes I'll be on YouTube or if I could find like a show on Netflix about animals or drugs or incarceration, like anything, I love learning, right? And so the amount of fentanyl that you have to take in order to overdose is such a minuscule amount that it should scare anybody. It should scare anybody. You should be like fearing for your life. The amount with that versus like cocaine and all those other drugs, even crack, right? The amount of fentanyl to take to die is so small. Like, the thought of even touching it should scare the shit out of you. They body build up a tolerance. They gotta do something stronger. Yeah. I guess that's what, yeah, that makes sense. Like, they do something for so long and then it's like, okay, I'm getting bored of this. And they get used to it, so they gotta upgrade to something else. Even meth, like, that's so scary to me. Like, I was watching, I don't know how true it is or not. If somebody accidentally, like, breathes in fentanyl, if they accidentally breathe it and inhale it, and how quickly they drop like that. Like, that's so scary to me. That's so scary to me. Oh, that's just creeping me out just thinking about it. It's creeping me out. But that scares me. That's honestly, like, something that really scares me about having kids, because you can't control everything that they do. I know, parents are scared and they want to be able to control everything, but the reality of it is you cannot. You can't control everything. You can't. And so that scares me, because whatever they decide, they decide. You getting a smoothie? I wish I was hungry. I'm not hungry. Where are you getting a smoothie from? Maybe I might want one. I might. Man, okay, I don't smoke either. But that honestly does scare me. Like, the thought of having kids and what they can get into. Um, you can't control everything. Tropical. You want one? Do I want one? No, I'm okay. Thank you, honey. No, I don't. I don't. Do they have kid size of the ones that we get? Cause maybe I can get like a kids one. I might. But yeah. Now I feel like I want to watch a little docu-series on Netflix. Like, I was watching one about the crack epidemic not too long ago. Kids option. Um, I forgot the name of the one that I get. It's like, for 3 days. Which one? Fat Boy Skinny Jeans. I mean, that's my favorite line. But Honda Civic. No, it's like cappuccino or mocha. It's like mocha something. Oh, you saying that that's the only option? Okay, so give me banana and chocolate. I'll do banana and chocolate. Yeah, it's Fat Boy Skinny Jeans. Yeah, yeah, it's called Honda Civic. My bad, hun. Yeah, okay. Well, give me the banana and chocolate. Can you make sure it doesn't have any nuts in it? Cause I wonder if it has any nuts in it. I don't. But yeah, even just recently, that boy that was going through the hazing thing, trying to join a fraternity, and he got punched in the chest so hard that he went through cardiac arrest, like his heart stopped. Like, you can't control everything that your kids do, like, you can't be there every single second. And I know that has to be such an exhausting thing as a parent, especially in today's age. I feel like in today's political climate and drugs and peer pressure and bullying, like, all that stuff is so scary to me. It's so scary to me. Yeah, if you can give me banana and chocolate and see what it has in it. Make sure not to have any nuts. Excuse me. Like, I was so green in school when, cause my mom, she was very overprotective. And I understand the sentiment, why parents are overprotective, but also it doesn't really help the child. Like, from my experience as a person that grew up very, with a strict parent, um, it I was very green, so I didn't understand a lot. Like, we didn't have those conversations. Like, I feel like it makes sense if you're gonna be strict and like explain these things to your kids, like why, right? Like, I really wasn't explaining why for a lot of things. It's like, oh, this is just bad for you, and then that's the end of the conversation, right? So of course I'm naturally curious, and a strict parent can create a sneaky child. I was very sneaky because I wasn't allowed to do a lot of things, you know. And so it did not help me in a lot of ways because it made me more curious than anything, because my mom didn't really have a lot of conversations with me. It was just, oh, don't do this. I don't want you to do that, you know? So I just became really sneaky. And a lot of the situations that I was in could have ended up so bad. And what's even scarier is that she wouldn't have known where I was because I was sneaking out the house. She would have had no idea where I was. I just take care of them. Yeah, yeah. Like, my mom, she would always tell me, like, oh, I wasn't allowed to have a boyfriend when I was like 15, 16 or whatever. Whatever, mom. Um and so, like, my stepdad, he would be like, "Oh, is there somebody that you like?" And I'm like, "Yeah, there's this boy. We would eat together, and like he would do nice things for me or whatever." And so it was funny because I would tell him, like, yeah, he would pick me up. Like, he would walk with me to class all the time, and we would, what we would do together and stuff. And so my mom was like, "You better not be saying that you have a boyfriend." And my stepdad would be like, "Literally, what's the difference between her saying that that's her boyfriend versus her friend? Because they're doing everything that a boyfriend and girlfriend does. You just don't want her to call it a boyfriend, right?" And so, like, she would always say, like, "Oh, you're not allowed to have a boyfriend, blah blah blah." And so, like, she was so afraid to have like certain conversations with me, instead of just being like, "You know what, you're getting to that age where, first of all, I feel like, I don't care what anybody says, it's so unrealistic to tell a teenager they can't have a boyfriend and a girlfriend. I feel like you're better off just being like, hey, this is how you can tell somebody really like you, or this is what it looks like if somebody's trying to peer pressure you into sex, or don't do this if you don't feel ready, like, you know what I'm saying, versus telling them, like, stay away from boys. Like, motherfucker, we go to the same school. We're exposed to each other. Like, that's so unrealistic. Kids should fear their parents. They should respect them. Yeah, it's a sense of balance. If you fear the parent, you less like to ask them for help. So true. Like, my mom would tell me that I could talk to her about anything, but did I feel safe enough to? No. No, I didn't. Because she would say that, but in the same breath, put fear into me. She would put fear into me. So it's like, you want me to be honest, and you want me to be open with you, and you want me to tell you everything, but it's like, how am I gonna feel safe enough to do that if I'm feeling like I'm being punished all the time? You know? So I was like, I was very sneaky, y'all. And the crazy thing is, I was a really good kid. But if I felt like I had a safe space, I don't think I would have been as sneaky as I was. And the one thing that I love, and I actually have these conversations with my mom now that I'm grown. But one thing that I absolutely loved was dancing. So I was with a dance company for years, and that was taken away from me, right? So she's at work, and I have nothing. Like, I'm not in summer camp. I didn't have a job. I wasn't allowed to work. So I'm at home all damn day while you're working. So, of course, naturally, as a teenager, I am curious. I'm curious and I'm bored. I have nothing to do. I feel like the worst thing that a kid can have is too much time on their hands, because it really fuels your curiosity. Everything that your parents tell you that they don't want you to do, you are interested in doing. So I had a bunch of time on my hands. I'm at home by myself doing nothing. idle mind is the devil's workshop. It absolutely is, and I was a product of that. So I'm at home by myself. I used to be in dance. Every summer I was in dance the entire summer. And then it was taken away from me, right? And so I'm at home. All my other friends, they're in summer camp, they got a job, they can go out with their other friends, they can do they can be outside. They can have a good time. Me, it's like I'm lucky if my mama let me do something once a week. So like when I tell you I was always sneaking every chance I got. Every chance I got. When she went to work, I was sneaking. Thank you.
Delivery.
It's just chocolate and banana.
Yeah, no nuts.
I never had this.
That's the only flavor that have for kids. But I'm
I'm gonna
sure
taste
good.
it. I'm sure it's just chocolate and banana. Ooh!
I don't know.
Can you open this for me? I don't want to break it. This is a perfect size too. Gracias, senor. Not bad.
Good?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Leave me to it.
Gracias.
Yep. See you, man.
You're so sweet. Thank you.
Bye.
Love you too.
Oh.
But yeah, I was very sneaky. And I still have those conversations with my mom now that I'm grown, especially after I went to therapy and stuff, because I would tell her all the time, like, I don't feel like I was ever a kid at any point in time. I was the only child. I didn't grow up with any like cousins, anything like that. And then she was very strict about who I could be around. So if I said, "Oh, I want to go to a party, a birthday party or whatever," well, who gonna be there? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, motherfucker, I don't know. I don't know everybody's gonna be there, but I know such and such's mom. If you want their number, cool, great. She'd be like, "Oh, I think about it. Oh, I changed my mind. Oh, I don't want you to do this." Blah, 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 right? And so like, hell yeah, I got into a lot of stuff. I did. And so she would get she I think she understands now. And like when we have these conversations, it's not a matter of like me wanting to make you feel guilty. Like I want you to see from my point of view, you know, the way why I acted the way that I did. It was like um me being on punishment and me just living regular everyday life felt the exact same way. So in my mind as a kid, I'm like, well, I would rather take my chances sneaking out the house having a good time because I'm not gonna be able to do I can't do anything anyway. So me being on punishment is no different. Like this is my regular day life. And now that we talk about it, she's like, you know what, I'm so sorry. Like I didn't even realize um I feel so bad because I didn't think about that and blah blah blah. And one thing I can say is that like she's really open to talk to having these conversations. Because I know some people like their parents don't want to talk about that at all. They like, oh, I did the best I could, and that's the end of the conversation. But we have these real conversations. I'm like, hey mom, I wasn't a bad kid. I just couldn't do shit. I couldn't do shit. Like nothing. I can do anything. It wasn't like anything was planned for me where I could go to summer camp or do something fun where I didn't have to sit at home all day waiting on you to come back from work. I wasn't allowed to work, wasn't allowed to get a job, so I had nothing but time on my hands. So I was miserable. I was so miserable. But yeah, I definitely had an idle mind because I had way too much time on my hands. I would love to have kids though. I really want to have kids. I want two. Well, actually, I want three. I want three kids. Let me get out this car. I just been sitting here running my mouth. I'm going to tell y'all all about this weekend. I'm definitely going to give y'all an update. Hopefully, it's not a shit show. I don't think it will be because the activity that I'm participating in, I can walk away if I feel like it, and I don't have to be stuck with them. But I'm hoping that it won't be a shit show. I don't think it will be, right? But I need to get in this house, get ready for bed. I want to read. And I will talk to y'all later. I hope y'all have a great night. Thank you for staying with me. Listen to me. Run my mouth. Good night, y'all. Have a blessed night. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.